Boy, you gotta love this. A beautiful coyote right along. This is caught in an RJ set, caught along this grassy edge. Keep thinking grass. Certainly this new wheat doesn't have any attraction to it, but that grass has attraction. We have a nice coyote caught up here on this outside edge. You can't beat the location, and we certainly do have a beautiful day here in western Kansas. The thing I want to talk about this is this is a set that's a remake. I had a double the other day, and now I have another catch right here. The other set is connected 4 times. This is the second coyote for this set right here. Super location, great opportunity to catch coyotes. We want to look at this edge. It certainly is an opportunity for mice, rabbits, and rats. This is nice, easy walking over here. Over here is difficult, so they use the wind. The wind is coming right back at my back, and it's perfect to put a dirt hole set facing right into the side. So, great location. I'm going to put this coyote out, and have you with me while I remake the set. First thing we need to do is make this set by re-establishing it. And this is an RJ set. Nice loose dirt now that it's already been, the hard part's already been done. But it has a lot of exposure. And I certainly have plenty of videos of me of the RJ set. Just make sure it's deep. That way the animal works it from the angle that you choose it to be. There we go. I'm going to take some of this dirt. There's the wool from the last one. I'm going to take this dirt, kind of build it up a little bit. Number one, it helps it stand out. But it also adds more depth and acts as guiding. I need to up out my trap bed here. Every remake has its own unique challenges. This side's a little lower over here now from where he dug it out, but we need to just dig it deeper. Only give him one spot to come in. Little fine tuning there. This is a modified trap. There we go. It has extended pans on it. It's been modified quite a few times through the years as it's being improved. So when I put the trap in, I just need to make sure it's 3 or 4 inches below ground level. That way I don't have to worry about the animals trying to scratch it up. I'm also going to push some of this other dirt and pack it in, because it needs to be a step down, not a walk in, but a step down. A little dirt fell in. It's bound to happen when you're having to refill it. There we go. So one way in. That's the only thing I'm going to give them. this dirt in, and especially on the dog side of the trap. And I'll bring this back, I'll bring the camera over here now. Especially on the dog side of the trap, you want to make sure the set So here's where my dog is. I kind of cocked it at a 45-degree angle to the thing. I want the dog away from the, or heading toward the bait so the animal goes across it. If I can, in this case, I can do this. I'm building up, put this, I know it's kind of hard with shadows here, but I build up this edge, get my focus again. I built up the edge all along here, so this way it's a true step down, and it's halfway guarding that. I'm giving him access on this side of the trap and this side, going both ways. So I'm giving him an open door, 2 open doors to get in, not just one. It's long, it's deep, and right now I'm just ready to cover this trap up, and I'll go ahead and do that. And so here is the completed set. And it's a nice long deep dirt hole, got to be at least 30 inches in that ballpark. As far as my the actual set, the approach they come into, I got 3 to 4 inches step down right to the center. You know, I sprinkle some small little clods of dirt around in the circle. Well, Gorman talks about putting the do not step here sticks. I certainly did that in this case. I also had a white rock that came up, and that's a good guide right there. I know it's oversized and everything, but it's definitely telling them, you know, you're going to have to step before you get into there. So offered that. I probably used it on the last time I remade this, so why it's right there. But very nice, attractive set on the edge of this CRP. The wind is coming from the hole over the top of the trap, so it's lined up perfectly with the wind, and it has a nice edge. As the animals are coming through, they have to deal with this. I mean, it's a perfect scenario here. So great set at a great location, and if you look, it's perfect all the way over this country for coyote. This is the 4th coyote taken off of this terrace here. Crop change, even though it's old wheat going to new wheat. But what makes this really nice is we have this nice grassy CRP area, buffer area. Main thing I can say about such a location is to find some sign and set that sign and see how you do. I've done very, very well at connecting with at least one coyote when I find the trap. It's the odds go up greatly, and that's all it took for me was to find that one track, and I set it up. Well, we have another set behind me, about 50 yards down, and it hasn't connected the same way as this one has, but this is a walkthrough set, and I'm going to go ahead and, it's a mess now, but I'm going to reformat it, get it all looking right, and I'm going to snap a photo, or I'll film it for you when you're on how redoing the construction of a walkthrough set, and the dirt is naturally piled high compared to everything else. I took my spade over here and I actually cut into that, trying to somewhat level it out. I ended up being a little bit lower in the center of my trough. That's just the way it worked out. I put in my driver there to let me know once I covered everything up where my pan center is. lined up, but that's what that's all about there. I did use some scat right here. It has a little gland lure, urine, and anyway, this is how this would have looked prior to that coyote coming. I'm going to finish decorating this thing up because I don't want them walking around it. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here in just a second. My remake walkthrough set put back together again. You know, I'm in sagebrush country, and this is what we have to work with. Tumbleweeds and things like that. You know, and when I'm in Illinois or Iowa or someplace like that, you might use buckbrush, or you might use hay, or you might use soybean chaff, or whatever you have in your area. And but the main thing is prevent them from walking around your set a second time. The first time we had them by strictly flat out ambush. I mean, that's what the trail set is. They don't know the trap is even there. It's all blended well, and you got them. Well, now then we got this tear up area. So how can we make it into something attractive? And so what I did was I made a trough out of it. The coyotes will walk right on down. As a matter of fact, I think it's easier to catch them in these type of a trough trails. Just the way it always worked for me. And they stay right on the track. They don't really jump out much. I've added some obstacles for them. It took me just a few minutes just to do that. Again, this was the 4th coyote taken out of this, and I've done this remake for 3 of them. So my tumbleweeds are getting thinner and thinner around me, and because of the number of times I've had to use it. The main thing I'm going to say is that when you don't give up on all of your trail sets, all your walkthroughs. Again, this was not a trail. This is a situation where I saw where coyotes were walking down a furrow here, and so I made a trail set here. Simply, as they build up the dirt in the middle, I turn right around and dig it back out with my spade. Very easy job to do. It takes a little bit longer than the original, but I think after 4 coyotes, I believe it's worth it. So good time to spend on this set, and I'm looking for another nice coyote in this walkthrough set, trail set. This is unbelievable how I think this is coyote number 5 out of this thing. The set just keeps producing. The main thing is just to look at the area and what does make this special. Some things that come into my mind. We are at the kind of at the head of a drainage, and you look down this CRP edge, you notice it just rolls right on down. Rolls right on down, and what will happen is it goes across the highway. It is just a dang good spot to be. Coyotes, you know, it could probably done a heck of a lot more traps here than what it is, but every day to every other day, I'm picking up another coyote or 2. We've had 2 doubles here so far, and now we got this big coyote. So, you know, this guy is definitely not a pup. I don't know. I hate it when people say it's alpha and all that, but definitely not a pup. That trail set, he walked right into it. Didn't bat an eye. Trap is bedded solid. Remember, I poked all of these tumbleweeds into the ground. It didn't take a lot to do that. Just a very good system. Today is the day I'm pulling my traps and I'm heading home, but what a way to be rewarded by having this guy. Just a beautiful coyote. So